Now that you've recorded yourself an amazing pre-recorded intro, now it's time to put it together. And how do you do that? How do you find the music for it? How do you find royalty-free music? What does that even mean? Well, don't worry. We're going to go over that in our next video on how to put together a great pre-recorded intro. Hey, it's Jennifer Lee, and I have over 10 years of experience in the broadcasting world. I've been a radio DJ as well as a traffic helicopter reporter. And in the last year, I've gotten into podcasts. I've edited podcasts, produced podcasts, and now I'm helping Haven with their podcast, the Home Builders Association of Vancouver, create their podcast, Measure Twice, Cut Once. I co-host it with the lovely Michael Friedman, and I edit their podcast as well. So if you want more information about me, you can head to my website, podcastconsulting.com. Like always, make sure you hit the subscribe button below and hit the notification button for more videos like this. Okay, so now we have recorded your podcast. You've gone through the steps like I did in the last video. If you haven't done that, make sure you watch that one first. So you've created yourself a great pre-recorded intro. But now what do you do with that sound file? How do you put it together? And what about music? Okay, let's start with one thing first. You're going to need royalty-free music. You can't choose just any song on the internet because they have a copyright attached to them. And you can't play somebody's music without permission. And you can't just use it in your YouTube video because you think it sounds cool. That's not gonna fly. So luckily, YouTube has an amazing library of royalty-free music beds. So they're really great to choose from. All you have to do is scroll through them and choose one that's going to create the best vibe for your podcast. So depending on what your topic is for your podcast, like I'm going to reference the Home Builders Association of Vancouver, they wanted an upbeat vibe. So we would look for something that has like an upbeat vibe. And that's what they ended up choosing. And so you can go through this library and take a look at all of them. There are many different sounds that are going to fit with any podcast. So I think this is a great resource for you. So if you go onto YouTube and you're not jiving with any of the free versions of royalty-free music that they have listed on their site, you could always go to a paid site too. Premiumbeat.com. They have songs starting from $12.99 USD. So that's a great choice as well. And that's like a one-time purchase. Unless, again, you want to change the song down the road, then you're going to have to put more money towards it. But most likely, if you're going to do quite a few episodes, especially for your season one, you're going to stick with that pre-recorded song for your pre-recorded intro for a while. So $12.99 USD is not really a bad price at all. And it gives you way more options. Like I said, I do love the YouTube royalty free page, but this just gives you a ton more options if you're not finding exactly the right music to go with the mood of your podcast. Once you figure out the mood of your podcast, now what you're going to do is edit it. Okay, so now you've recorded your intro. You have dropped in your audio into your favorite editing program. Mine is Adobe Audition, which I know I've mentioned a few times, but again, that's because it's what I learned on and I enjoy it. So what I did was I took my audio as well as my co-host audio. I am using the Home Builders Association of Vancouver's intro as an example. Since there's two of us, I made sure I was on one separate track, him on the other one, just so I can play with this panel over here, which of course is all the fancy functions, which we'll go over in another video, but I was able to make sure our levels were consistent with each other and that not one person was louder than the other and that it sounded good. And if I had to put any type of filters on it to make us sound like we fit together and make the intro sound a little bit more polished, I was able to do that as well. So what I'm going to show you now is you're going to take your audio file for music, your music bed, and we're going to slip it right underneath our voices. And this is going to give us our complete intro. Again, I will go over how to polish levels and all that, but I just wanted to show you how easy it is to slip in the music underneath your voice track files. And again, we'll go over how to create a level that is consistent for all three tracks, but there you go. So we slip it underneath there, and then you'll notice that my music bed is actually the same length as our voices. And I've done that on purpose. The track was actually a lot longer. But what I did was I was able to take the ending, because I wanted this natural fade here, and match it with the middle of this song. So you can't tell I've shortened the track, but kept the original ending. Another easy way to do it, if that sounds too complicated, which it can be, and it can be frustrating, you're just going to take this little guy here, which is the volume, and you're going to play with it until you get the fade you want. And so we'll just go like this. And there you go, a natural fade. Okay, I don't want to confuse you too much, but we'll go over more editing skills in the next video. Once you have this, you're going to mix your track down, and then you're done. You got your pre-recorded intro. Of course, there's different things that you need for an outro, and we'll cover that in another video. But before you go, make sure you subscribe to the button below, and then all you have to do is hit the bell for the notification, and we're done and out. See you again.